to go lay down in bed and fall asleep.
And we're live on YouTube. Watch out
I
for
found
language.
that wearing women's
Rachel's on
clothes
sugar. It could get dangerous.
relaxing.
And we're live on Alpha
Although-
Geek Radio. So if you're listening to this, hey guys, it's Geek.io. We're in a little bit of pre-show, and we'll be starting the show as soon as possible.
I now
Also,
have a water bottle.
Oh,
inside my head.
language warning. Sorry.
yes.
Rachel has a potty mouth. It falls apart sometimes.
And she's had a lot of sugar, so we can
No,
have-
I've only had like 3 bites of it. I still have a whole like 3
It's
quarters
enough.
of this pie.
Yeah,
That's
but from the look of that, all you need is 3 bites.
Honestly, it's probably where I should stop, but everything in me is saying, stop, and my mouth is going, no, I want more.
I found that wearing women's clothes relaxing.
That would.
So I take it you're enjoying the show.
Oh, yes.
Just
Immensely.
maybe? Just maybe.
Immensely.
Okay.
Did you not listen to last week's?
I did.
episode?
I did. I assume you're still enjoying tons of it.
Yeah.
Remember I did my live commentary as I was listening and editing the show.
wearing a dress, but I still pull my panties on one leg at a time, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Oh, Kevin, we have a chat room that's sometimes active at geek-io.com/live. If you're feeling froggy for a couple minutes, I know you're not going to be here for the whole show.
Aww.
That was also a shameless plug, a way of saying that on YouTube and Alpha Geek Radio.
Yes, good way to do it.
Yep.
Utterly
It's
shameless.
just killing 2 birds with 1 stone. That's
Yep.
all.
It's also a
Being
reminder.
efficient.
It's also a reminder for me to go put the YouTube link on our live page, which I haven't done yet.
I should sit here and work on my hammer.
Does somebody have a sink turned on?
Maybe.
Okay.
Perhaps.
I'm just making sure I'm not hearing things. We're good.
Remember how I was
We're
going to
good.
be late because of Bonko? Well, it was also
Bunko?
at- Bunko, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also at my house, so
Oh, okay. So clean up. Gotcha.
Katie's cleaning up at the moment.
All
No
right.
worries.
Nice. So CJ said go ahead and start it. He'll be on
Fine.
ASAP. What is that? Does that mean? Let's see. Where is YouTube? Come on. Add a video. Come on. You gonna give me the option to add a video?
Okay. Yeah, he's rebooting his computer a secondary time. It went a little retarded.
Yay, YouTube! Finally let me add the video to the stream. Okay, cool. Alright. Now it's there. Alright. Cool.
How big of a hammer do I want?
I don't know.
I have, you see my hammer base? It's got to fit into a suitcase.
Oh man, they're having a Harry Potter expo at Universal?
But
Yes. Yes, they are. You are jealous, admit it.
Of course I am. I'm a giant Harry Potter nerd.
You're just a nerd.
Now that too.
come on. Let me log in. Twitch chat. Come on. Do it. Alright, CJ's gonna have to stop messaging or I'm gonna turn on I'm gonna have to mute those. They keep coming through.
Just tell him you're going to beat him if he doesn't shut the you-know-what.
I'll just mute
Front
them, it's
door.
fine.
Yeah, they're not muted on mine, so
Oh,
Mute notifications for 8 hours? Sure, why not? 1 hour, 8 hours, 2 days.
hey, check it out. You can actually get a good night's sleep without anybody waking you up with the chat notifications.
so how do you do that?
In notifications, or sorry, in the Hangouts main pop-up window thing, you can click on the gear, and there's like, hey, do you want to mute notifications? I sure do. 1 hour, 8 hours, 2 days. Not a whole lot of variety, but it lets you do it.
I did not see this.
Okay.
So look, I've got stuff for a tail.
Don't know what to tell you then. All right, so I think we are officially starting. My video stuff isn't working, so I won't have transitions. We'll just
All I have
start
is
the
a
show.
checkbox.
The plugin
to
for
check.
Chrome?
Plug in.
Yeah, how are you doing Hangouts?
Oh, this is just in Gmail.
Oh, no, I have the plugin installed for Chrome.
Oh. Never mind then.
music. Turned out pretty good.
Yes. Okay. All right, and we're going to start. And in 3,
Muting my mic.
2, 1.
Mobile low bandwidth simulcast of this show available on Alpha Geek Radio. Using your mobile device web browser, go to mobile.alphageekradio.com to tune in now.
Hi, this is Ali Spagnola of the most Googled song, and you're listening to Geek I.O., where you put geek in and geek out.
Hey you. If you're listening to this and don't want to hear expletives, you probably shouldn't listen to it. It's gonna get interesting.
Mobile audio stream enabled at mobile.alphageekradio.com. Chat room enabled at geek-io.com/live. Geek.io initialized.
We're geeking out across the globe, so tuck in and hold on to your butts. It's time for the Geek I.O. show.
Geek.io, put geek in and geek out.
And welcome to Geek I.O., your weekly dose of geekery, episode 24, recorded Thursday, the not 14th of July. That didn't get changed. It is the 14th of August.
August.
Whoops, 2014. I am not CJ, your host. I am Jared Budlong.
And I'm Jared Azevedo. Yo.
And I am Rachel Boat. CJ is having technical issues.
And if you're hearing beeping, that's probably him. Joining us this week is the leader of the Facebook DragonCon newbie cult following, cult master himself, Kevin Batchelder? I wasn't expecting to pronounce her last name.
And you did it beautifully.
Yes! I can't pronounce our email correctly, but I can sure as heck do a last name.
I like it.
Yes.
That's good.
So we were talking a little bit before the show started. I think it was before the pre-show. But so DragonCon newbie page is Facebook and I think a website, correct?
Yes, for those folks who maybe Facebook averse, we do put a lot of our resources up at dragonConNewbies.org.
Awesome. And that has been going on for 3 years, if my 15-minute memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, I launched the Facebook group with just 3 or 4 folks back in the summer of 2011, and we're up to about 1,100 members as of today.
That's fantastic.
Very nice.
Well, I think everybody who listens to the show knows this already, but I am officially a DragonCon newbie as of this year. So me and my 3 to 4 month pregnant wife will be going for our first time. We live about 4.5, 5 hours. I did a rough calculation on Google
Should be
Maps.
about 5 for you.
Yeah, about
just
5
shy
hours.
of 5.
Ish,
About
somewhere
5.
in there,
Yeah.
depending on traffic and potty breaks. So,
The pregnant wife, there may be a few.
Yeah,
of those.
a few
just a
extra
couple.
of those.
A few extra. We're going to try and bring plenty of snacks so we don't have to make those stops. But if cravings hit, what are you going to do? Might be stopping for crazy amounts of sour Skittles. She's been craving
You
those.
will be stopping because if
Yeah.
you don't,
Dang.
you will not make it to DragonCon in one piece.
Yeah, dude.
I want some sour Skittles.
Okay, so funny story. We'll start this off, and then we'll get to Kevin. I'll forget if I don't talk about it. I should probably put in the notes. That might work out. But anyway, it's kind of about DragonCon. My wife came to pick me up today, and she was like, "Hey, do you mind walking next door to go to World Market and get me some sour sketties? If you guys aren't familiar with those, they look like
Sour
pieces
Rips.
yeah, they're
Or sour punch straws.
sour punch straws, but thinner, not hollow, and multiple flavors. So they call them sour sketty because it looks like
Those
spaghetti
sound amazing.
things. Oh, they're delicious. World Market no longer carries them.
Oh,
So,
no.
Yeah, that was kind of boo.
Is there pregnant rage and she go
Well,
in and stab somebody?
The worst part was it was a last ditch effort to get something sour because she had looked for sour Skittles at like 2 gas stations and couldn't find any. She was like, "Just go to World Market, get me sour Skitties." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Walk over. I hate to tell you, but I don't think they carry them anymore. So she ended up stopping by another gas station on her way back to work and getting some finally. So crisis averted, but it was a rough hour.
That could have been very dangerous for you. You realize
Yeah.
that, right?
So I'm gonna use that to segue into my first question as a DragonCon newbie. What is the limitation slash regulations on bringing your own food into convention areas at DragonCon? Because I know at some specifically Pensacon, there was weird rules on where you could bring food. Are there any like that there at DragonCon?
No, that's one of the beauties of it. Unlike a lot of conventions, we're not at a convention center. The con is taking place at 5 official hotels, so there's no rules on what you're going to be bringing with you. If you want to pack a bunch of snacks, or you want to put some of that delicious cake that Rachel's eating, or whatever you'd like to have with you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You can bring anything and
Pocket
everything.
full of cake.
Well,
That's
the
right.
main reason I ask, and it was actually brought up, I think, on the DragonCon newbie page, or maybe the official page. I can't remember which one it was, but my wife is allergic to lactose in eggs, so that there was a big concern on, what will she be able to eat, where we're going, and bringing food, and where the weird limitations were. Somebody else had posted. In one of those two groups, I don't remember because memory's horrible, but either the original group or the official group or the newbie group about trying to build up a list of allergy-friendly places to eat out. If you know of anything and you're listening to this and you're not necessarily a newbie, go find that post and give us suggestions, because a lot of people need help with that. There's a girl on there that is... it would be easier to name the things she's not allergic to. She put a huge list, and then she was like, plus a 3-page list of things that I'm supposed to avoid to prevent kidney stones. And I was like, you already named like 8 things. I don't know how you're allergic
Where
to
do you
more.
have the room for the other 7.5 pages?
Well, I was like, how do you go out in public and not just, your throat doesn't swell up just because things are in the air? It was just strange. But I'm trying to think of other questions that we had. I think most of it's been answered either through the group that you helped start, or I was listening to. I've caught up on I think all of the podcast episodes for DragonCon Debriefing. I think it's a part of Unique Geek. Debriefing DragonCon on Unique Geek. So I've been caught up on most of those, if not all of them. So most of that stuff's been answered for me through those means. The stuff that I've had off the top of my head, other than the food thing. And then I'm going to try out Lyft and Uber while we're there, because I got free. When you sign up, you get free vouchers, and then if you get other people to sign up, you get more free vouchers. So I'm gonna try and get some free vouchers and use that a couple times at least to see how the service works, because it's not available in my part of Alabama.
Which area, or which is it?
The Uber and Lyft, the two different prepaid, or not prepaid, but taxi-like services.
CJ actually has used Lyft. It'll be interesting to see it in, a much busier area.
Right. So
And I imagine a lot of people will be taking advantage of it.
Yes. Yeah.
There will be a high concentration of Uber users.
I assumed so. So hopefully I'll have my voucher will be good during a con. I assume it will be, because there's football games, all kinds of stuff. I don't think they'll cause weird limits on that. I hope not. We shall see. So, Kevin, what all outside of the newbie group? What else do you do?
Well, in the geek world, or the genre world, I run a podcast over at tuningitoscifitv.com. We do several weekly podcasts covering genre television and B-movies and things like that. So we've been doing that for... actually, we're just about to do this weekend our 300th episode.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay. This is Nate. I guess I didn't correlate. Were you on the Debriefing DragonCon?
Yeah, Debriefing DragonCon is a podcast I started a couple of years ago that we're doing.
So that's why your voice sounds really familiar. Okay. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I heard this guy's voice somewhere, and I just... All right.
Well, you also mentioned the Unique Geek podcast, the 50 Days of DragonCon.
Right.
Where they interview a lot of the folks, and I did an episode of that earlier this year too, so you might have heard me there
okay,
as well.
that's actually the one I'm thinking of then, because that's the one I've been listening to, is the 50 Days of DragonCon, leading up to, because they give out nice, helpful hints, and you were on that talking about the science fiction show, and the female co-host, I can't remember her name. Lee, thank you, was talking about all the movies that she loved, and you guys were making fun of, and then you let her know you still enjoy those movies also, but it's fun to riff on them. Anyway, that's why your voice sounds really familiar. Okay, I feel better now.
He's got a horrible memory, but he knows voices.
He's good.
It was driving me nuts in the background. In the back of my head, I was like, man, this voice sounds really familiar. I can't figure out where. Because I binge listened to probably 25 episodes in like 3 days, and I put them on like 1.5 times. So
It's amazing you still have your brain intact.
I listened to other stuff in between. They weren't all together technically, but they all were within about 3 or 4 days. I just put them on 1.5 times, thanks to Tom Merritt's suggestion on that, and it got me through a lot quicker than I probably could have any other way. Okay. I was really hoping CJ would be back here because I hadn't prepped major questions to ask. But do you have any?
That's okay.
Any major tips that you think new people should know that maybe they don't even think they know? Because that's the only concern I have is like, all right, I don't think I have any questions, and then there's probably something I should know that I don't think I need to know.
Well, the things that tend to be the most popular that either the folks who've been for a while bring up, or those who've been once and go, oh, I'm so glad I knew about, or I wish I'd known about, those kind of the things we try to focus on. And for that, one of the biggest things is you really have to get the most out of the con, you have to pace yourself. Folks who've been to smaller cons or events, you might be used to having 1 or 2, maybe 3 different things going on at the same time to choose from, and it's all in one small local area. But when you come to Dragon Con, there are close to 40 different programming tracks. So when you look down at that schedule, you could have upwards of 30 events to choose from, and they're occurring in 5 hotels. So it's a bit of a challenge if you want to get the most out of it to be able to balance that desire to be the kid on Christmas morning and do absolutely everything and realize that your body's eventually going to give out if you do. So
I'm laughing because CJ and I went back in 2012, and I've done a couple cons. Speaking of CJ, he's back.
I'm back!
Yay!
Hooray!
This was his first con, and of course, Dragon Con being your first con, it's kind of a
double whammy.
I must do it all. And I literally looked at him because we have 2 little ones, and they were 18 months and just shy of, or just over 2 when we went, and we had both of them with us. And I looked at him, I said, "You go play Magic. I'm going to sit on the game room floor. I don't care what you do. Give me an hour and a half." Because I was to the point of,
played Magic.
I'm going to kill you if I have to get dragged to one more room right now. I need 5 minutes to myself.
Yeah, my wife is going to be pregnant, as we mentioned earlier, and she's like, I'm just going to follow you everywhere. And I was like, okay.
No, probably not.
Probably
Okay.
not.
All right. You may want to take a look and see if there's anything you're interested in, or maybe where some benches are.
Me and wifey will work something out, because there's some things that I know you guys want to go to that I'm like, yeah, no, I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'll go back. I'll go back and I'll find some super sour strings or something for wifey, and we'll be great.
We Azevedo found a link to Haribo's website for sour sketties, and I put them in the chat. So those are the things I was referring to, and they are delicious.
Yes.
Horrible.
Sour skitty.
Yeah, they are made by Haribo, but they don't have the same outcome. Haribo. They don't have the same. Shut up. They don't have the same outcome as the low-fat or sugar-free.
Well, those are the sugar-free.
Oh, I've seen them
Yeah.
before.
You can shave your bow now. You know you can do that, right? That's okay in this day and age. It doesn't have to be Hare anymore.
What?
Your bow.
CJ's making a joke.
Oh, Harry. Okay, all right. Sorry, I obviously did not catch that.
Dang it! You ruined his joke.
I know.
I don't have that clip handy either. It's somewhere in my soundboard. Oh well. But yes, they're delicious. So if you like sour things and you like gummy worm-ish.
Hi, Kevin. By the way.
Punch straws.
Hey, CJ.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
Sorry
CJ.
about that.
Thanks for
That's
getting in
okay.
here. I was floundering, so thanks for joining.
No. You did
You're
a
doing
great
great,
job.
man. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic.
Well, see, it would be more help if she wasn't playing with duct tape in a large tube.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I don't want
Prep
to.
time.
I
That's
don't want to
typical
ask.
Saturday night, not usually Thursday night behavior for her.
I don't want to ask.
What? I have black duct tape, I have red duct tape, and I have a very large tube. I'm having a party. Now, if somebody can tell me who I'm going to the con as,
All right.
Does it start with mistress?
No.
it could.
Hey, no.
Bye-bye.
Kevin, what do you think about some of the changes that have been made over the last year about how they're handling rooms, and how the community has been freaking out about the changes that either coming this year with the 10th floor of the Marriott, or next year with the the amount of rooms being altered for the con rate.
Well, from what I've heard, and I don't have a lot of the detail, the 10th floor, as many folks know at the Marriott, was oftentimes a gathering area for cosplayers to do photo shoots or other people and such. And apparently, based on available space, the con has always had virtually everything in the hotels available to them, and apparently they're going to be doing some things on that 10th floor, so it won't always be available. And that's certainly what's thrown a lot of fan groups with a big surprise here with just a couple of weeks before con. So
yeah, I think it's just mainly the fan groups on that one. I heard that they're doing actually kind of like a cosplayers lounge.
Yeah, that's the goal, apparently, yes.
Which I'm okay with, considering Saturday Rachel and I are going in costume. It'll be nice to get to a place where we can just be.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think they're going to put some stuff together. It's just the fact that since all the details aren't out on it yet and it's kind of close to con, it naturally is what really ruffles everybody because they're having to panic and make a move
Yeah.
at the last minute. But no, I think it looks like they're going to be doing something that will be very advantageous. It's just we don't have all the details yet.
And people on the internet are to be
It's
excited.
fear of new things. Don't change me.
Yeah, we're changing
What
stuff.
I've had for how many years now?
Wasn't that what was it? Hershey's slogan was like, good things never change or something like that because they haven't changed their recipe in like 100 years or whatever it was. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not. Okay.
Yeah, that whole new Coke thing, it didn't work out too well.
Oh. It just reminds me of Clear Pepsi, and then I think of that crazy guy on YouTube who drank one he bought on eBay 20 years after the fact.
Oh.
It didn't end well. It did not end well. I think we talked about it previously, so go back through and search for that shenanigans because it's disgusting. If you're interested, if not, then
as you can tell,
don't search that out.
we've talked about this, and it's eliciting a visceral response from me. I can't.
Yeah. If you have a weak constitution, I do not recommend watching.
No.
I don't recommend if you have a strong constitution because, well, it's 20-year-old soda. Let's be realistic. Nothing good can come of that.
Yeah, not really. I agree.
The other thing you mentioned, CJ, I know the Hilton, which is where actually I've stayed the last couple of years, put out an email to folks who are going there this year that there'll be less rooms available at con rate next year, but they're going to be opening them up to folks who are staying this year to get an earlier shot at them.
Yeah.
Either by voucher or some type system. I'm not exactly sure either. I haven't figured all that out yet, so I don't know if that's because of other commitments or construction. I don't have details behind that either, so that's another one of those things when it's already tough enough to get a room. The fact that there might be less is certainly going to get a lot of folks nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people bringing up, and they're complaining more about, I guess, Atlanta than Dragon Con allowing too many events to happen at once, and I don't get I kind of get the logic, but at the same time I'm like, they're making money off all this. It kind of makes sense to let them all happen. Like why would they?
Atlanta is not going to turn away money.
No.
Well,
No
I mean,
chance.
and they shouldn't necessarily. Maybe. Man, I don't know. It's a weird spot because you're like, yes, we've been here. I say we because I've not ever been, but I'm going to count myself because I've got a ticket. We've been here for 25 years. What is the what is Dragon Con?
26 or 27 at this point.
Okay, so 25 plus years, over a quarter of a century. Give us special treatment, and I'm like, maybe. I mean, what do we outside of bringing in people? Like, do we treat the city well? Like, we have to. I don't know. I'm just thinking of it from their point of view. Like, do we do anything better for them than the football games that are being played, or the gay pride parade, or whatever else is going on that same week?
Because I can almost guarantee that those football games are pulling in more people than Dragon Con are.
Right.
So yeah, as much as we would like to be treated differently, yeah.
Yeah, it's still tourism, so it's just
yeah. For people who are listening,
gotten really popular the last couple of years, so that's certainly, I'm going to guess, part of it there. So it's like anything else. It just means a little more planning, a little more flexibility comes into play. We're no longer feeling like we have kind of cornered the market on the big thing going on in Atlanta anymore.
Right.
Flexibility and patience, something geeks are always well known for.
Right.
All of them.
Yeah, so it's just part of the things of everything. Everything changes when it comes to con. You just have to stay flexible. Just when you think you have a good handle on it, they start throwing new things at you.
JF DeBow, you make a joke about the orgy track. There is, especially during late night stuff, there's lots of adult stuff. Especially, I think.
Oh, yeah.
The literature track, I think it was, at least the year that we went, pretty much turned into the 50 Shades of Grey track.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm dragging
Oh,
Budlong
dear.
there. Don't worry.
Oh, yay. I'm already
pictures.
going to Night Attack, I assume, so I don't know
Oh,
what...
yes, you are.
I don't know how my life will be different after Dragon Con.
Oh, yes, it will be.
Yeah.
My only real experience to jury unfiltered was a recent jury talks, and I was like, oh, so that's what I should expect when I hear him
Yes.
in public, with no filter.
Except with Brushwood there, too. The one thing... what kind of hints, because I've heard both good and bad things about the con suite?
The con suite is a great place. It's over in the Hyatt. It's on the second floor. It's basically open 23 and a half hours a day, I think, when you come right down to it. But it's a spot to go to grab a quick snack or a drink, or maybe just to decompress. Once you get going at con, again, with estimated at over 60,000 this year, people, sometimes it's nice just to be able to step back and take a breath, not feel like you're caught up in the center of things. So the con suite is a nice place to go. Like I said, just maybe walk in and quietly sit down for a few minutes, or if you're hungry, don't need a full meal, and maybe just want to grab something, they'll do sandwiches and some other stuff up there. So it's a great place to go to. And
if I'm remembering it correctly, that is the food and drinks and everything are free, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. I remember somebody posting about, I don't want to use the word scammer because they actually are selling a real product, but people standing outside on the street selling sodas and waters and stuff, which is technically illegal, and then pointing people to the con suite just so they know they have somewhere free that they can grab refreshments. But
yeah. Crap, I had a bunch of questions.
Open
You
your
should write
drive
them
document.
down.
Yeah. Open the drive document. Open Google Keep.
I was in the middle of writing them down, and then my Chrome crashed 4 times.
4
Oops.
times.
Yeah, he's
5
had
actually.
a rough day.
It crashed again. Yeah, more on that in the other on the other half of the show. But crap.
Well, while that's coming to you, one of the other big things too for any of the newbies, and especially for you with your pregnant wife there, Jared. Again, 5 hotels, multiple levels in those hotels. So if you're the type who is going to be going to the events that catch your eye or seem of most interest to you, you can be moving quite a bit back and forth in between them. I know a couple of folks who use, the tracking their steps and how much walking they do over the course of a 4-day con, and in their cases it was upwards of 25 miles over that 4-day period.
Wow.
So, one thing to realize at this con, again, you're going to be on your feet quite a bit, and you're going to be standing around and moving, so be sure, as we know, many of us geeks, myself included, are not the most fit folks in the world. So a lot of folks do a walking regimen before con, or just realize really have some comfortable shoes, because otherwise you're going to burn out real fast.
Yeah, I've got a new pair, a pair of shoes I've had for a while, but did not ever start using regularly to run in. So I have a nice, comfortable pair of shoes that I should be good.
It's definitely something to consider. And as Rachel was mentioning, if your wife has certain things she finds interesting, I mean, you might end up spending, or she certainly, most of her time just in one certain hotel or one area that's easier because it's less walking.
Right.
Certainly, I know some folks, when they start looking at the schedule with all the choices,
You go into panic mode and go, oh my god.
yeah, by the end of the weekend, come Sunday when you start getting tired, sometimes you don't go to your number one choice, you go to the choice that's the closest to where you are.
You're like,
Exactly. It's like
what?
I can either go to this awesome sounding event with the Sixth Doctor in it, or that other room that's right there.
Right there with the nice comfy chair.
You look at it and you're like,
Oh,
all right,
look, they've got squishy
That
chairs. I'm
That has 3 people in it. I'm gonna go in there.
sort by hotel. Yep, I'm in that one. I have 3 choices. That one sounds good. Yeah.
Proximity becomes very important. Yes.
Right. Yeah, because the only other con I've actually been to was Pensacon here in Pensacola last year in February, and it was 2 places. You had the convention center and then the hotel across the street, and it wasn't far to walk, thankfully. And my wife wasn't there, so we didn't have to worry about that. She wasn't pregnant anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But anyway, there wasn't a whole lot of choices to be made. It was most of the talks were in the hotel, and then the vendor area, and then some of the other talks were in the convention center. So I didn't have to worry about this at my first con, so we'll see how this goes.
Another thing, I remember something. Tips on avoiding con plague.
Echinacea, vitamin C, and wash your damn hands.
Yeah.
Elbow bumps.
A lot of hand
one of those-
sanitizer.
Nice masks to wear.
Yeah.
Just make it part of your costume.
Again, with 60,000 people, and we are a friendly group. It's a great community. I mean, you're probably going to be shaking a lot of hands. A lot of folks like to hug. And again, in that small an area, when everybody's, at different points in their life as far as hygiene goes, it's just a natural case to... but that comes down, to being smart about getting enough rest and eating right, too.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like I made a big deal, made a big house, and a bunch of people that were in the podcasting track came and stayed with us. It's like I met one of our roommates. I shook his hand, and then I met one of my 2 of my favorite people in the world stayed with us. Brian Dunaway and Brian Ibbett. Brian Dunaway from Comics Coast to Coast, and Brian Ibbett from Coverville, both of which are going to be on the podcast track. It's like I shook Brian Dunaway's hand. Brian Ibbett gets in the door, goes, "CJ?" I go, "Yes, sir." And then I get a hug, and I'm like, "Whoa, that was unexpected." and that happened again at the con. Like we met a friend of ours, Les, up there, and he's like, "CJ," and I'm like, "I don't even know who you are, but yeah."
You know my name. Give me a hug.
And anybody knows Les, he always rocks like the most outrageous beard, and he was always wearing like this wizard outfit, and I'm like, man, this is weird.
Wait, wizard outfit like Gandalf, or going closer to Harry Potter?
Actually, if you hold on a second, I will pull up a picture of what he...
Yeah, he was rocking his basically his wizard outfit with his Beelzebub head. And it was
okay.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if you already talked about this or not, but are there any kind of generalized tips? Because I know you're going to have to get going here in a couple of seconds. Are there any last what are the top 5 do's and don'ts of what you would say for a first or second year person?
Well, the items, and we kind of touched on it just as you were coming on, CJ, one very much is pace yourself. You'll often hear the 6-2-1 rule mentioned, which means in any 24-hour period, be sure to get at least 6 hours of sleep, eat 2 full meals, and take 1 shower. That can help a great deal to some of the hygiene issues and also to keeping yourself fresh and taken care of. As we said, and we were joking a little bit earlier, you want to be sure to take and be flexible, whether it's because you're tired when it comes to moving around, or realizing that with popular panels, certainly if you're going to see celebrities, you will be standing in some lines, and you will be standing just in the mass of people that's trying to move around. So be sure to give yourself plenty of time to move around and respect the other folks around you that way. It really will go a long way. And if you can, take the time to get the lay of the land between the hotels. The 3 of the hotels, the Hyatt, the Marriott, and the Hilton, are all connected with indoor walkways, often referred to as the habit trails. So you can avoid having to go out in the 100% humidity and likely 90-degree weather of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Can do a lot for you. Now, the Sheraton and the Westin are about a block away, so there's a little outdoor movement there if you go in there. But that can go a long way to keeping you at an even temperature, too, when it comes to moving around and pacing yourself, too. And there are there's a nice food court connected to the main hotels. You don't have to be spending high dollars to get some worthwhile food, because again, you're going to want to overdo it, is the nature with so much fun stuff, and you really are going to need your food. Certainly if you're like several of us. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can't get away, living on just Pop-Tarts all day long. So be sure to take care of yourself.
Man. Actually, my wife probably could right now.
Yeah, but those of us, like in my case, I can't do the Pop-Tart thing.
Oh, I can't either. I haven't liked Pop-Tarts in a long time. Toaster strudels, on the other hand, are freaking
Well, like I said, we all
anyway.
know your own body. Some people can do that, and that's fine. But as you said, some folks too have limited diets that they can do too. So again, you want to be careful, because it is the nature of just getting very excited. I mean, these very much for a lot of you, it's going to be very like dawning. It's going to be like that family reunion with nothing but the kids' table, meaning it's nothing but fun all the time. With the events and with the people. So you're going to get excited, and you do have to kind of plan things a little bit if you want to get the most out of it.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and I know, like I said, you have to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let you probably go to sleep, because normal human beings do these things.
Yeah, still got lots and lots of con prep. And for those folks who are the newbies, we do have 3 events that we're actually doing officially in conjunction with the convention this year that might help any of you out. We're doing a walking tour on Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. Before the big rush of folks get in. If you want to be able to walk the 5 hotels and get an idea where things are, we'll have several tour guides doing that. And then Thursday after that, at between 6 and 8 p.m., we'll be doing a newbie meet and greet, just a social event to hang out. If you're looking to maybe find some other folks like yourself who are new, or maybe get to hang out with some other folks who are experienced and want to answer some questions, we'll make many experienced folks available to do that. And then Friday morning, once con officially starts, from 10 to noon, we have an event titled Dragon Con 101. Well, several other experienced con goers and myself will be there. You can come in for a few minutes, ask some questions, get a few tips, somewhat about like what we've talked about tonight, and just get some resources and some ideas to help you out. So get you off on the right foot so you can get the most out of the convention.
Out of curiosity, considering the pregnant wife thing, how long/far is the walking tour?
The walking tour will be an hour or less. We'll literally we're meeting up at a room that's in the Marriott. This will be listed in the official program. And then we'll just take a circle walk, basically, out towards the Hyatt, the Westin, the Sheraton, Hilton, and then back to the Marriott. So it'll be less than an hour.
Okay.
And being Thursday afternoon, things won't be quite as crowded as they will become Friday morning.
Okay. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do, because we're coming in midday to afternoon on Thursday, because we're driving up, and we're going to try and get there in time to get there before the hustle and bustle, grab something to eat that night, hopefully with CJ if they get there in time.
We should be landing around 6, but we'll discuss that later.
All right, maybe not. We'll see. Depends on how hungry baby is. Mm-hmm. We have to plan that as we go. That's
just
not
remember, you can't get into the hotel without me.
I can't get in there, period, or I can't check in.
You can't check in without me.
Yeah, that'll be okay.
And it's a hipster hotel. They reject people sleeping in their lobby.
I'll paint eyes on my eyelids, and I'll just...
figured hipsters would like that sort of thing, give it aesthetic.
You are taking up their space of writing their novels on their MacBooks with their giant hats and big beards.
Wait, I just need a giant hat and a fake MacBook. I've already got a beard. I can fit right in. This will be great.
But you're not writing a novel.
Is there a cafe inside of the hotel somewhere?
I need skinny jeans.
No.
That's what I need.
Yes. Oh, and horribly tight skinny jeans. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are they serving single origin coffee and?
All right. Let's respect Kevin's
tiny
time.
Crumpets.
we can joke around afterwards.
All right, Kevin. So thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. I'm sorry I haven't been on for over half of your time here.
Oh, that's okay. No, my pleasure. I always, like I said, my first couple of years at con, I knew nothing, and a lot of strangers helped me out, and it's great to be able to pay it forward. And it's a very welcoming community. So for those of you who are new, don't hesitate to ask someone else around you. It's a great crowd, and I appreciate you guys promoting it too.
I really want to thank you, mainly for the Debriefing Dragon Con, because without those in 2012, the first year you did them, I would have been completely lost the entire time. So thank you so much for that. Even though I didn't really didn't get to do any of the newbie stuff because I got in late on Friday. I'm like, hey, Kevin told me to do this. I can go do that.
Well, good. That's the whole idea. That makes for a better con for everybody. I love to hear that.
Indeed.
Absolutely. All right, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. You guys have fun.
Thank you.
You
Have a
too.
good
All right.
night.
Thanks, Kevin.
Hope to see you at con. Take care.
Oh, yeah,
Indeed.
definitely.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay. Now, if
You
everybody
got
will
weapons?
adjust their pictures to Rachel's screen, you will see Les History Kid in his Wizard Beelzebub outfit.
He would be in the one in the back.
That looks like
person-
Tim the Enchanter.
It
Yes,
is.
it
Yeah.
does. Okay.
He was Tim the Enchanter on vacation because he had a Hawaiian shirt on the whole time. It was great.
Nice.
History
Now
Kid is
those
kind of
who call
awesome.
me Tim.
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 Oh,
Oh
goodness.
man.
Just a recap, I wrote down the quick last tips that we were talking about earlier, the 6-to-1 rule, pace yourselves and whatnot, in the show notes. So if you guys wanted to have links to the two websites, the Facebook group and his official website, and then those quick 5 tips, check out the show notes that will be linked in the episode description.
So remind me, guys, have I actually said what I'm going as cosplay-wise, yes or no?
I want to say you
I
did,
think
but I
so.
honestly don't remember what it is because I'm
Didn't
a
you
horrible
say
person.
Harley Quinn, or did I make that up?
Yes.
Okay.
Look! I have a I have a hammer stem. I don't have a hammer yet.
Hammer stem.
It's a
I thought
stem.
those were outlawed in the United States. They're okay in Europe, but
I
not
thought they
in the
were
United
called
States.
handles, but
As
stem is
long
nice.
as long as we don't start trying to quote Captain Hammer, we'll be okay.
The hammer is my penis! By the way,
Stand
that's something
back,
that we are
everyone,
doing.
Nothing here to see.
I need to rewatch Dr. Horrible because Saturday night, I believe it is. No, it might be Friday night. They're doing giant showings of Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog this year for the Whedonverse musical event, and because they alternate between.
Well, find out what night that is, because that'll be the night I come.
Once they alternate between a giant double showing of Once More with Feeling and Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. This year they're doing Dr. Horrible, and I'm loading my Dragon Con app on App Store shelves now.
It is not complete yet, as it tells you every time you turn it on.
Yes, it makes sure you know that this is not fully done yet.
Simmer down,
I'm making
everyone.
some great faces tonight.
You know what?
Don't get excited.
It is Friday night actually. So,
Raoul brings up a good question. How are you going to fly with that giant hammer / mallet?
It's going in my luggage.
How big is your bag?
I
Wouldn't
can
you
tell
like to
I
know?
can tell you.
Giggity! Don't say those kind of things to my wife, sir. Good day.
Lisa, your husband's asking me indecent question.
Oh, goodness.
He's like, what the hell have I just walked into?
Things are going to get awkward. We're going to be sharing
Yeah.
a room.
Okay. Here's okay. The tentative schedule for Friday, which is going to be the main day that we're actually doing stuff for the network, is DragonCon 101. We're doing at 10 a.m. There is a press meet and greet that we're doing before then, but we can't actually interact with anybody at that point. The business of podcasting, because hey, relevant to interests at
Right.
2:30. That's hosted by Tom Merritt. May or may not be doing FSL tonight at 5:30. Mainly me, because that's my favorite podcast, other than Howard Stacks. And then either at 8:30 or at 10. I'm not sure which one yet. Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. Saturday, I don't have really anything planned other than Night Attack, which means we can't go to the Hero and Villains Ball, which makes me sad. Sunday has the 2014 Parsec Awards, which Howard
Yay.
Stacks is nominated for.
I am definitely going to that because I have not heard we are not going to get it yet. So
Well, just because you might be in the finalists, you still have you may not have been declined yet. And I know when we've been nominated a couple of years, I heard by the beginning of August.
as I'm saying, I'm definitely going because I haven't heard, hey, you know what? Don't bother showing up because you're not going to get it. I haven't gotten that email yet. Yeah, I'm still in. I may not win, but I'm in. At least right now, I'm still in the. Or I say I'm. We are still in the running. See, JD and Gabe don't listen to this, so they won't know.
It's all Bud Long all the time.
It really is.
He's the master.
Just there.
We just call him Grumpy Cat.
I have my role to play.
So, speaking of roles to play, I want to play 3 quick little snippets that I got. 2 from last week. From well, I didn't get it. So, yes, and then we're going to go ahead and go into the break, pay some bills, and play some Professor Shy Guy, since he's going to be at Dragon Con with RPG Song from his Very Hard album.
And Ali Spag is going to be there as well.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
May or may not have something to do with one of the things that we've mentioned already. Not that I've heard anything from the inside, considering I talk to Brant pretty regularly. By the way, I know you're listening. Hi, Brant.
Hello. We love
Also,
you.
no, I can't say the other one. Hi, other person who I know, and I'm so psyched to hear that you listen to the show.
Yes, that person. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and yes.
I know who
We will
you're
buy
talking
you a
about.
cheesecake if you
Yes.
like cheesecake.
Hi, you.
As I
In
said, playing
fact,
my
Jared Azevedo's wife makes really awesome cakes. If you want one, you know who I'm talking about. If you want one,
She makes
tell
really
us.
good cheesecake.
We will send you a cheesecake. We will pay for everything because you are awesome.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, he's saying we, and what he meant was
we,
him and
okay.
Rachel are
We,
going to
we.
pay for everything.
Cheesecake's
yeah,
like $10 in
Actually,
materials just to make one in bad boys.
for this
For
person,
him,
I
yes.
would be willing
Yes.
to.
All right. So I'm
For
gonna
this
play my
person,
weird
I wouldn't
clips.
be quite as cheap as I normally am.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
frugal.
For Bud Long,
Frugal.
that's a different story. But for this, yes.
By
All
the
right.
way, Bud Long, I have not forgotten about you. I still have your juice box sitting right next to my computer.
Sweet. Although it makes me sound like a school kid. Like, hey, I remembered your juice box. I'm going to bring it. I don't think it's
Don't
expired
worry,
yet.
I got your juice box.
I got
It's
your juice
okay.
box.
Ooh, is it
okay,
apple
son.
or banana strawberry?
It's a
Strawberry
juice
kiwi,
box
strawberry
strawberry
kiwi.
pack.
Oh, strawberry kiwi. I like that a lot better.
Yum.
Or is it one of those weird made-up flavors, like blue jasmine?
Ecto Cooler.
Mountain Jazzberry.
Yes.
Ecto
Jazzberry.
Cooler.
Are we going with
Ecto Cooler, heck yes.
Oh, they haven't made that in years.
I know.
It was around a lot longer than I
Green
would have
magic.
expected, but it went away several years ago.
I know. Makes me sad.
Maybe if
Right around the time of
Ghostbusters
Crystal
become a
Pepsi.
thing again.
Maybe we
Crystal
should find one
Pepsi.
on eBay and try to drink it at
Oh,
Dragon
God.
Con. Not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all you guys.
Nope.
you
Maybe if
said
they made the
JD's
powder.
coming for an episode, right?
You what? Say that again.
JD's coming for a couple hours, right?
Yeah, right. We
Making
should do another how it's
JD
snacks.
will eat or drink anything, so...
We should do another how it snacks and make JD drink an Ecto Cooler.
Does it stack? Oh God, I'm dying. Does it stack?
Does it stack? Yeah, right on the
I
toilet.
once saw JD try to eat a stick of butter. Just putting that out there.
He would.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
That is disgusting.
All right, folks. I'm gonna play my 3 little weird clips, and then Budlog's gonna go and start playing other stuff.
Put it in. Put it in.
Love you.
Don't you miss having your lackeys?
I do.
You played that in the wrong order, you dipshit.
No, I played them completely in the right order.
No, it was supposed to say you were supposed to do the lackey's question, the I love you, and then put it in.
No,
Oh.
put it in. I love you. And then you asking me if I really missed those 2.
He was lost without you guys last week. Just putting that out there.
Well, Jazz was here, but he doesn't help.
Well, neither did I.
I pushed some buttons.
Yeah, you pushed the percolator button about 17 times.
You
It's the
pushed
only
all the
button
right
I-
buttons.
It's the only button I have.
Even when I don't, when my stuff goes down, I'm waiting for these 2 to start vamping, and neither one of them do anything.
Screw you. We were talking about Nature Box. Deal with it.
No, you weren't. You
We
were talking
discussed
about
Nature
hey,
Box and listened
Whoa,
to
whoa.
Twin Peaks
Stop,
music.
Stop talking about non-sponsors. It's time for sponsor time.
Hey, if we talk about them enough, maybe they will sponsor.
I've never tried them, so I think they should send us something to try before they should. Oh wait, no,
I'm
you can sponsor us
get
anyway.
my second box.
Yeah, we already
Sponsors.
get stuff from them, so yes.
I will take
Shut
all
your
the
dirty mouth.
free dark cocoa nom noms you can send.
CJ just got introduced to those.
Oh my god,
And the
yes.
salted caramel pretzel pops. Holy
We're getting
I'm getting
those
them this round.
The Santa Fe corn sticks were really good too.
And the cheddar potato sticks.
Santa Fe corn sticks?
Yes.
Heck?
It's a
That
nature
sounds
box
like-
thing. You wouldn't
It
understand.
sounds like something dirty, doesn't it?
I'm not
It
sure
really
what the heck
does.
that is. I don't.
That girl was crazy. She gave me a Santa Fe corn stick.
Oh God.
What?
Start the intermission. Quick. This is getting bad.
I'm trying to find the audible ad. I almost dragged in the first quarter staff meeting.
Awkward.
That would have been a really weird halfway.
Geek IO is brought to you by. Hi, this is CJ, and here's our staff meeting.
Okay, where did the gargoyles theme? No, something's broken.
Play
I
it. Play the gargoyles theme.
Yes, play the gargoyles theme. Because why not?
This is all I have.
There was a fish in the percolator.
I think my copy of Windows Media Player is broken.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm literally dragging and dropping to put them in a playlist, and it's giving me like not the right file. I just tried to drag one of our ads, and it gives me, "Hey Arnold, this I gotta see." Like, great.
Something about it sounds very porny.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. It'll be all right. I'm gonna try it this way and see what happens. And
His Wi-Fi, which is so addled with porn access that I can barely get a page loaded on my side.
No, jeez. All right. I think it's ad time. So we're gonna.
Yeah, why?
I'm gonna start.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Only to find that they fell apart a few months later, and you have to buy a new pair, or end up finding a pair that you love so much they sound great. They just don't match your style. Go check out Tweaked Audio. I bet that's not playing for you, is it? Without microphones.
No, it's playing. It's good. It's just really low.
Wood, which is not a color.
At least we're talking over it.
Sound great for music?
That's good for the
Yeah,
sponsors.
thanks complete. Yes.
Fix
Sorry,
it in
Tweaked
post.
Audio. TweakedAudio.com. Use Tweaked at checkout for 33%
I'm wearing a
off.
T-shirt right now. I'm wearing a T-shirt right now.
And get 33% off your order. Free shipping.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is JD from Howard Stacks here to talk to you about ProXPN. It is a private VPN, which basically means it is going to mask your IP address.
There we go.
Protecting your data. So if you're out on the interwebs doing things you might not need to be doing, or if you're banking online overseas, it will help mask your data and keep it completely private. And you can do this for only $6.25 a month regularly, or you can use Geek20 for 20% off. So it's a pretty stellar deal, guys. And I'm just going to be honest, with all of the stuff that we've had going on, it's a good idea to invest in something like ProXPN.com. So I am JD, and I approve this message.
In an age-long past, there was born a boy who was not quite sure the kind of qualities required to be the kind of man that can only be described as courageous, caring, kinda short. So prepare yourself for danger, deception, dancing. For up the path comes our kinda short hero, known only as Professor Shy Guy.
Slowly living here, not waiting for you. Out of doors, you deal in a quiet little town, which once was boring till a magic sword appeared. I sense danger.
dangerous act. You must rise, get up, join us.
I get jumped up into tread the taller grass. I must walk upon a path that's clean. I keep getting attacked by the exact same things. I've done the best and seen the worst, but never spoke a word. Let's keep a civilized back. They'll attack you once you attack me back. Don't think fast, sit back, relax. It's a my go, then I'll go. So let's keep a civilized back. They'll attack you once you attack me back. Don't think fast, sit back, relax. It's a my go, then I'll go. So let's keep it civilized back. I'll attack you once you attack me back. Our fight is regulated. My go, then I'll go. So faster than I defeat the bad. They evolve themselves and they come right back. So I'll just sit back, relax, and I'll order a taco dinner.
Unmute myself.
No, that would take too much.
Indeed. Welcome back. If you want to get a hold of the show,
Turned out pretty good.
Yeah, CJ didn't know that was coming.
no, I didn't.
It's a surprise.
Once again, that was Professor Shy Guy with the RPG song from Rated Hard. If you want to get a hold of us, if you want to send us any feedback, send us over to feedback@geek-io.com. And, of course, you can find us up on all of the social medias if you just look up Geek.io.
Is that me? I
No,
don't think
it's
that's me.
Jazz.
Vito.
Ha!
Oh, sorry.
He's too busy pushing Twin Peaks buttons.
No, I was trying to find out Ecto Cooler stuff, but when you're not looking for Ecto Cooler stuff, you can take our survey. We just want to say thanks to our new survey submitters. We are still taking an anonymous survey of our listeners across the network to find out what you like and dislike about all of our shows. This helps us, as a network, better understand you as a listener and how we can better serve you with our shows. So just take a few minutes, tell us what you think is awesome and, or what isn't awesome, and we'll try to bend to your will to make you like us, because we want you to like us, because we love
Please, we need your acceptance.
you. And we bought you this chocolate, and I hope you enjoy
Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, the chocolate.
it. I'm working on the Ecto Cooler, but for now, the chocolate.
Ecto Cooler.
So, thanks. And the links are geek-io.com/short survey and survey?
And full survey.
First full survey.
Not first full survey, just full survey.
Full survey.
I should probably just default survey to the full one and then do short survey for people who don't want to do that, but
Probably.
that would take some effort.
That makes sense.
I might do that.
If
Why
you
would we
want
do
to
something sensible?
if you want us to if you want to motivate us to do sensible things instead of the incoherent things that we normally do, head over to patreon.com/geekio. Show us how much you love us. Give us a little bit of love out there. Helps us out, keeping the lights on, and all of those good things. If you want more to come out of the network, that's a chance to help us out. Let us know what you want to see.
Well, that hadn't happened in a while. We got the Hangout on Air will end if you continue broadcasting content you're not authorized for.
Screw you! We're allowed to play Shy Guy.
I will text Brant right now. He might be asleep, but I'll text him and tell him to yell at YouTube for me.
Yeah, I agree with God. What show was that on? It was Scott and somebody else talking about the issues they've had on YouTube and Twitch now potentially, but with
Current
copyright.
Geek.
Was it Current Geek they were talking about it?
Yeah.
Thoroughly agree. They need some way of saying, "Hey, we've got the rights to pay this." Now their way of doing that and our way of doing that are completely separate, because ours are
mine is begging the artists to let me use their music.
right.
They're
Ours is an
paying
email.
for it.
They have an account that's like, yes, we just pay a fee and everything's fine.
Yeah, we get to play whatever we want. I have to beg and plead sometimes for per play music. There's a reason I really wanted to play a song from somebody else this week, but I emailed my rep that I've been talking to, and she's like, "Yeah, the album isn't out yet. You're not able to play it yet." I'm like, "But it's out on YouTube." She's like, "No, shut up." I'm like, "Yes, dear."
Not supposed to be out on YouTube, therefore, no.
Yeah.
Well, no, only they released it on YouTube as a
Right.
as a preview of what's coming up.
Oh, is that the one that?
Yes. Yes.
Probably.
Yes. And
If it's
like,
ringing a
One
bell,
that's
probably.
only made better by covers.
yes, one of those songs that only sounds better when it's actually covered.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Love, 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 love.
Now we're all on the same page.
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Except for any
I
of the
get
listeners.
it, Google. Jeez. Sorry. That's like the 4th time they've dinged me about it. I'm just going to leave it up there.
Jeez.
Hopefully it won't dink again. I don't want them to dink my dongle and kill my HOA, so...
You never want too many dinks from Google.
Yeah. My internet's having enough problems, I really don't want my homeowners association to get on my back also. HOA.
Heyo.
Hang out on there. Never mind. Dumb joke. Give us money on Patreon and I'll stop making dumb... No, I won't.
No, you won't.
That's a lie. That's a lie. All right.
We'll always make
Give
dumb
money on
jokes.
Patreon, and Budlong will actually tell the truth.
Ooh, I always tell the truth. I don't lie.
He
Well,
never
I don't-
My
intentionally
scissors
lies.
stuck in my.
Do you get your scissors
your
stuck in
what?
your hammer?
My cart. No, this isn't
Hammer
going to be my hammer. It's too
thing?
short.
Oh my gosh, it dings me even if I leave the warning up there. This is going to get annoying.
It's like we have permission to use it.
You know what? Hold on. I think the Hangout toolbox lets me mute notifications, so let me do that. Done. You guys shouldn't hear that ever again. It'll keep bugging me by popping up, but...
I didn't hear it at all.
You didn't hear anything, so.
Well, the people listening to the show will because I heard it, and they're hearing what I hear. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry,
Anywho.
folks.
Sorry about that, guys. If
Dink.
you don't like hearing that dink every 15 seconds, complain to YouTube. Let them know that they should find a way for us to be able to use that legally
Also,
without it
donate-
dinking us.
Donate to Patreon. It won't help that any at all, but it'll certainly help us.
Speaking of helping
I
us,
don't know.
let's jump into the next segment.
Gadgets, games, and gizmos.
This is Gadgets, Games, and Gizmos. We're talking about stuff we've been playing with in the last week. And I'm afraid to yell at Rachel, so I'm going to go first.
Why?
Because you're making something for me and I don't want to upset you.
Oh, you realized I was chopping it in half to make the rest of your thing?
Yes, dear.
You're so smart. I'm okay with
Alright.
going as long as everybody gets to sit and watch me fight with black cardboard tubes. And scissors. You can go first. I'm okay with that. Bye.
Yikes.
Black cardboard tubes.
Black duct tape cardboard tubes. Get it right.
That's too long. Whoa. Actually, it looks a lot like my boss's desk, but long. All right, mine's actually really relatively quick. I'll give my real quick Angel update. I'm done almost with season 2. I think maybe what episode am I on? I don't know. I'm too lazy to load up Netflix. But I'm getting really tired of the Angel as a bad guy plot device.
Yeah, I think they only did that in season 2 or at the end of season 1, whatever it is.
Yeah, because it started at the end of season 1. We're like, well, we don't want to. He went bad because of this, and now he's good again. And now they're all like, well, Darla's back, so he's going bad again. And he's just like, stop it, stop using it.
Yeah, I don't think it happens a lot. I'm trying to remember. Darla's the big
the
one.
Darla thing goes on a little too long for my taste, but
oh god, yes.
But it gets better after that.
That plot device does come back, but it's I think even in the last season.
Well, I know in Angel After the Fall he's bad again. Like even in the comics, they use that same plot device, and I'm kind of that's a little bit off-putting for the show. At least hopefully between season 2 and season 5, I won't have to deal with that ananymore, and I can actually.
I don't think it's a regular thing. It's been a while since I've actually binge watched it, so I don't want to say you won't see it again, but I don't think it's a consistent thing like the Darla stuff in season 2. I don't think, not off the top of my head.
Yeah, because that's dragging on. Like I just got to the point where she's just being returned by Drew, and I'm like, man, this has went on for like 9 episodes already.
What's the
gets
total?
better.
What is the total seasons for Angel? Is that 5 or 6?
Five, I
Five.
think.
I think it's either season 3 or season 4 gets really. I thought it was really cool, at least when it happened. I don't want to spoil anything, so it gets.
You're not spoiling it, first of all, because he's going to watch it anyway. It's not where you end up; it's how you get there.
Yeah, I really
Okay,
don't care
so-
about
okay,
being
so-
spoiled.
All right, well, if you care about being spoiled, let me play this.
Spoilers.
Calm down and skip ahead by about 30 seconds. In one of the seasons, either 3 or 4, he ends up taking over a law firm. And
Wolfram and Hart.
Yeah, and I think that's a whole interesting plot line when they reveal some of that stuff and how they get there. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I actually see. I end up spoiling a lot of stuff for myself because the internet is a horrible, horrible thing and spoils things for people.
Right.
Yeah.
So
pretty
like,
much.
I'll look up like what happened to Doyle, and then like I'll rabbit hole myself into realizing that Cordelia turns into a guy dragon eventually. I'm like, what the hell? and that leads me through like, wait, Angel Investigations took over Wolfram and Hart. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it happens. I'm not sure how it happens yet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
Okay.
If you told me how exactly it happens, that's when I'm going to get upset. Knowing the end point, I don't care.
And that's not even. I don't think that's even the end. That's just an interesting part in the middle of the show. So it doesn't end there. So it's just. It's not. Pretty sure it doesn't. It's been a while since I've seen the show. But that's not.
Like,
it's an interesting story arc and how they get there and some of the. Just some of the way they tie that into different events.
It's like, all right, so using something a little bit more recent, and being Rachel and I have been the only ones that have actually seen it. Yahoo actually, with Marvel's blessing, released the Dancing Baby Groot scene. Now, nobody has seen the movie, knows what's happening and why there's a baby Groot.
It's a baby Groot. I want one.
And he's dancing to Jackson 5 music. Nobody understands, but he's cute as hell, and he's dancing to Jackson 5 music. That's all that matters. Now, if like I said, the reason why why there's a baby Groot, then
because a mommy Groot and a daddy Groot loved each other very much. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Daddy Groot got a Woody, and
And Mommy Groot said, "Sure, why not?"
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, that's my Angel report. I'm done with the Darla thing. I'm kind of tempted to skip past season 2 because this is worse. This is getting bad. One, I hate Darla's actor, like Julie Benz. I don't like her at all. And I'm just kind of tempted to skip to the end of this story arc and just be done with it.
Yeah, I can't speak definitively whether or not you're missing anything, so I can't condone or suggest. Wait, that's the same thing, isn't it? Condone or condemn. I can't condone or recommend or suggest. I can't do any of those.
I can't recommend or suggest.
I can say don't. No, I don't remember if there's anything you're actually going to be missing in that. But
I might just wiki watch that and go through it and get done with it because I can't stand her. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad to have seen Drusilla again. Anytime I get to see Drusilla, I'm very happy. But just I can't stand Julie Benz, and like David Boreanaz is doing that whole thing that I didn't like him for in Buffy, and I can't take it. I know it gets better. I'm just wondering if I have to sit through the next 17 episodes or not.
I gotcha.
I think
Hi, CJ.
Where things like get back to normal is kind of an important episode, but.
Okay, I will find out what
remember where
episode that is and go to that episode.
It's like there's something to do with like this halfway house type thing that Gunn grew up in. It's kind of like an orphanage, but not really.
Yeah.
And it gets attacked, and Angel
Is that-
doesn't help, and somebody gets shot. And
Is
then
that
they're
during
all
that?
mad at Angel for not helping.
That is during that time. That's right.
Yeah.
And tell me Gunn's character gets less black stereotyped?
Ooh.
I can't make no promises there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Probably not.
Like everything he's doing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is pretty standard Gunn stuff.
But no, it's not. Not really. Like, that is not Gunn at all. That's actually a compelling character. But like,
he gets a little more.
I'm half tempted to. Like, I'm waiting to see him just drop the beat and start rapping.
That doesn't happen that I'm aware of.
No, I don't think he ever starts rapping. But he does live a hard knock life.
Speaking of Hard Knock Life, that I actually want to go see. I won't lie. I hate the freaking movie. I hate the fucking musical, Annie. Who am I kidding? I hate it. I hate it! And I want to go see it.
The new one with Django.
Jamie Foxx.
Yes,
Jamie
Django.
Foxx.
Electro, Django. Trying to think of more of his really bad roles and avoiding the good ones. That was an interesting sound.
That sounded actually kind of cool. I won't lie.
We
Sounds
should
like a
get
Star
that.
Wars sound.
Mark that, Budlong. I want that
It's
sound
not.
effect.
It's not loud enough. It won't sound right.
You can amp it.
Yeah, trust me, it won't sound good.
Just appease him, so when you're right and he's wrong, he can be like, "Oh man!"
I have to put in more effort to prove him wrong, and I really want to do it.
Put it in, Budlong.
Get it straight.
Oh, you mean like that?
Put it in. Yes.
Like those sound any better?
Yes, because those are at full volume already. They don't sound weird and echoey when you try to amplify them and pull out extra noise.
You're an extra noise. Also, I had a very interesting job thing happen today. All right. Without going into too many details, I'm actually a systems analyst at my position. I'm not going to bore you guys what that is.
He analyzes systems.
I analyze systems. If systems need analyzed, I'm your man. But we've had a bunch of issues. We have a bunch of shit happened at work, and I'm covering the desktop support I'm covering for desktop support, which I haven't done in like 5 years, and I've done about 5 years worth of work for it. So I'm like, I'm very clearly overqualified for what I'm doing right now. Not to toot my own home, it's just a fact of the matter. Did I
He's
say
tooting
toot
his
my
horn.
own
He
home?
likes to do it.
Did I say toot my own home? What is wrong with me?
I was going to let it roll, but you know...
But now it's going in the show title list, since you pointed it out.
And it's being marked.
But the...
Oh, you'll mark that.
Heck yeah, he said it full volume. Why not?
But wait, that sound will sound awesome while echoey.
Shut it.
Deny
I did
me.
mark it. Sorry.
Deny me.
The moment's passed, CJ.
Yep.
No, I want that sound effect.
Give him a time code, and
Dale,
he'll get
Dale,
it later.
Dale, can you help me? Dale, please.
You love you long time.
But okay, so I was in the owner of the company's office today, working on his iPhone because somehow it got a restriction passcode on it. So I am spending about an hour and a half on this guy's phone, hacking into the closed Apple walled garden, trying to get this passcode out of a shit ton of hex files. And he walks in on me doing this. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm finding your passcode." He goes, "How?" I go, "It's right there. I'm just translating it from hex to binary to decimal, and then I'll see your code."
Hey, I know how to do that.
He goes,
Seriously, I do.
"Wait, what? You can do that?" I go, "Yeah." I go, "I'm not any kind of like amazing, awesome hacker, but I know how to read hex and I can translate it." He goes, "Oh, okay, and walks away. Comes back 5 minutes later and goes, "CJ, you're our systems guy, right?" And, "Yes, sir." "Why are you here?" "Because I got a call." "No, why are you doing desktop bullshit?"
Says the owner of the company.
"Because we're understaffed, sir."
It's my job?
He turns, "Send me your resume. I will go." "Yes, sir, as soon as I get back to my desk." He goes, "Go back to your desk." "Yes, sir."
Do I
go back
take
to
your
my-
phone?
I go back to my desk. Oh, the phone was actually, he set it up and just forgot about it. But that's he called me. He almost kissed me. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm in the middle of fixing this. Do I take it with me to my desk also, or I don't know where to go?
And I sent him my resume, and not an hour later, I get an email from HR saying, "Come see me." I'm like,
normally that's not something you want to hear.
No, and I'm like, and I'm trying to go. I'm like, I have been really good. I have not done a single thing. Like,
and that is this the point where your head starts going, "Crap! Did I just overqualify myself? Are they going to fire me? Like, what?
Yeah,
what's going to happen?
Are they going to fire me for somebody? Are they over there? They're talking about paying me too much. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm freaking out, and I get over there, and she drags me over to our web developer's office, and I'm like, huh, I have no idea what's going on. And
I think I know where this is going.
I go over there, and she's like, "Would you relax?" And I go, "Once you tell me what I'm here for, yes."
Exactly.
And I said exactly that, and she starts laughing, and Rachel's making very weird noises.
I'm playing with tubes and duct tape.
Giggity!
It's gonna be a good night.
Heyo.
So, like, I basically went through an impromptu interview for our new website development professional. And he's like, "Well, do you know JavaScript?" I go, "I haven't used it in about a decade." He goes, "Do you know PHP?" I go, "Rudimentary." He goes, "Do you give a shit about learning either of them?" I go, "Yes, I love to code." He goes, "Okay." and
because really and truly, if you can code in one language, you can code in another.
Yeah, I mean,
the answer to those questions was, "I can."
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna.
You can. You may not be proficient. Yes. The answer is, "I can," and then in parentheses, "get better."
Yes,
pretty much.
But he goes, basically, I just need somebody to help me out, and you'd be doing a shit ton of work, but it would be really allowing me to sleep more than 2 hours of night. And like, okay, cool, I'm down. I have no idea what's going to happen to the rest of my job, though. So, and I'm waiting outside for Rachel to pick me up today because my mom actually got a new car and she was helping her out with that. And so I'm waiting outside to be picked up today, and the owner of the company comes out of his office, and he doesn't come out of his office, and he starts walking towards me, hangs up on the guy he's talking to, walking towards me. Hi, sir, how are you? And goes, "Good. Come see me in the morning as soon as you get in."
Hopefully after I clock in.
Yeah.
He says that, he goes, "Come see me as soon as you get in. Clock in, then come see me as soon as you get in." He goes, "I just realized you are the world's most expensive desktop support technician. You look miserable in your job. You are way over fucking qualified. I'm going to put you somewhere where you belong. You have so much potential, but you're being wasted where you're at. And if it means you need to learn a different set of skills than what you're currently working with, or even this set of skills that will, get you actually down to getting your real job started as an analyst, then I'm going to take you out of there. You are going to be here tomorrow." And I'm like, "Okay." And Rachel's literally pulling up as the owner is talking to me, and she's got this look on her face.
I'm like, oh shit. It's almost 7 o'clock at night because I've been with Mom the whole day, and is he getting in trouble for being, loitering outside of his job for the last hour and a half?
Yeah, and I come back and I have the deer in headlights looking on my face. She goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "I think I just got a promotion."
Yes.
And that is Career Geek IO, where you put career in and get money out.
Sometimes.
Eventually.
Every once in a while.
If you're lucky. Oh.
Yes. But yeah, that's pretty much when I haven't done a whole lot else. I got an iPad to play around with at work, and I put Hearthstone on it because why not? I've been playing Hearthstone on my lunch break, which is fun. Watching Angel and playing Hearthstone is kind of a complicated thing, but I can multitask, damn it.
No, you can't.
Actually, I can. I've been winning more games since I've started watching Angel while I'm playing Hearthstone. It's my angel of luck, I suppose.
Sure, David Boreanaz.
I got, yeah, you know. He's a Budlong sex god, so you know.
That's never gonna go away.
Nope.
I think you are more attracted to that man than Dale is, so yes, it's going to.
I think he's a really good actor who is an attractive man as well. I wouldn't call him a sex god. I have
no,
not.
that's reserved for. Oh, I'm sorry, that's reserved for David Tennant. I'm sorry.
I'm watching Doctor Who again. I'm still on David Tennant right now. Such a good show.
Next weekend, freaking new Doctor.
I know. I've got to find somewhere to watch it.
ProXPN.com.
Yeah, I've got it. Hopefully my internet's still working. I'm getting a new modem, so blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah. Business numbers.
numbers.
1337.
Kinky boss kisses, says JF DePoe. Well, yeah, and that's also a show title. Thank you.
Possible show title. Get it right.
From JF Dubo. All right. That's all pretty much I've been up to. I've been extremely boring this week. And Jazzavito, what you been up to?
Oh, I've been doing some things. So tonight was Katie's bunko night, where she gets to go do things with her lady friends, and I'd stick with the kids. It's a nice little fair trade-off thing that we do once a month. But this month, it was at our house, so there were 12 adult women in my house while I was taking care of my 2 children. So
okay, that sounds terrifying and horrible.
Okay, now you have to explain to me what this is because I'm highly confused.
Bunko? It's a card game?
No, it's a dice game.
Is it dice? I thought it was cards. No.
It's dice.
Okay.
My wife played it. Ironically, my wife played it on Tuesday. That's crazy that you guys had one there this night.
Well, that's good. If she needs a sub, we'll have to call Alicia next time.
Yes.
Yeah, you go to Subway for subs.
Hey yo. Anyway,
also not a sponsor of the note.
So because I'm a lazy parent, I thought, what can I do to distract a 2-year-old from all of the chaos going on in her house for 2 hours? I went to the Redbox and rented Rio 2.
Woo!
Good
oh my
plan.
God!
So I watched Rio 2 tonight, and
it's cute.
It's much cuter than the first one, I'll say.
Yeah, the first one was almost too serious. This one, though it had some serious undertones, it was much more kiddified, shall we
this
say.
one definitely seemed much more geared towards
And Kristen
children.
Chenoweth is amazing in anything.
Yes.
Kristen Chenoweth makes everything better.
Yes.
Kristen Chenoweth is a poisonous frog that's really not a poisonous frog is awesome.
Spoiler? Gee.
Yeah,
wow.
Rachel, I haven't seen the movie either.
Anybody who sees the type of frog that it is going to realize it's not.
I haven't seen the movie yet, and I only heard the song, and I thought she was a poisonous frog. What's wrong with you, woman?
I told you she wasn't poisonous. You're straight out of luck, dude.
I'm going to try and mark that one too. CJ yelling at Rachel, what's wrong with you, woman?
Thanks for spoiling the twist end of Rio 2.
CJ.
It's not really a twist.
The Shyamalan movie, the Shyamalan ending of Rio 2.
CJ.
But,
Yes, sir.
It was fun.
Look at the pretties.
Hold on, let's look at
on.
Rachel's duct tape sticks.
Rachel's making a gun.
Yes, it's the beginning of my gun.
A gun.
Wait, can you hold it up again? YouTube was being dumb. I didn't get to see it.
One sec. There we go.
Everyone
Still
look.
frozen.
Everyone
Oh,
look.
there it is. Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
Yes, it's a 3-barrel.
Triple
Tri-gun, you might say?
Kind of.
No, that's
I have to put
copyrighted.
the stuff back here.
That's Japanese copyrighted. That's worse. They'll chase me down with samurai swords.
Oh, well, I figured it was cosplay, so I didn't know if we were going with that or not. So
You
Oh,
will
it
be
is
murdered.
cosplay. It's just it's not what you think it is.
It's
You'll be
not Trigun.
murdered by high school girls with samurai swords.
Mainly because Trigun has a really awesome red trench coat, and that would be really hot to wear in Atlanta.
You should make it out of
maybe
duct tape.
Pensacon.
Or not.
Maybe Pensacon, because that'll be cooler in February.
Cooler? Yeah, it's still
February.
the South. Yeah.
It's still Florida. So by cooler, I mean it'll be like 70 degrees as opposed to
100. Yeah.
Right. Humidity's still there, so it's still. I think I wore a hoodie
That
some of the
wig,
time.
though, man. Oh, that Trigun wig, that giant like broomstick hair wig. Oh, I don't know if I
you're
can
gonna
do
like
that.
it. You're gonna like it.
You like it. You know you like it.
You're gonna do it, and you're gonna like it.
Speaking of knowing you like it,
There was a fish in the percolator.
it's time for the Twin Peaks report. I have some new clips, like this one.
Well, she killed him with sex.
Because who hasn't been killed with sex?
Some bad guy in Bond was at one point, right?
Yeah, oh, that's
I think
right.
so.
She was killed by Jean Grey with sex.
Yep.
It's true. Facts. Look it up.
Boom.
So yeah, still enjoying the Twin Peaks. Got about 8 episodes left, I think, somewhere in there. I forget. And
Wow, you're killing that.
Well, there's 30 episodes. I've been watching like one a night, so
Oh, okay.
just about, roughly. And a lot of people are like, well, once the Laura Palmer murder is solved, it's pretty crappy after that. I disagree. I disagree. It was crappy for like 1 or maybe 2 episodes, and then it was awesome again. So, shut up, people. Twin Peaks is awesome. If you give it a chance.
Rewind to 4 weeks ago, where Jez is talking about how much
You have to learn to embrace the weirdness and enjoy the characters because it's awesome. But
consequently, also a tagline of Geek IO.
You know that's right. And in case CJ talked over this one too much, I played this after intermission.
Music turned out pretty good.
Because that guy just gives all the best lines, I guess. But I have a quiz. I have a quiz for everyone.
Oh crap! I've only seen one episode, so
I want to see. Well, this is in the later episode, so you'll have no idea. But I want to see if you can recognize this famous actor who this was before he was famous and appeared on Twin Peaks.
Oh, so we don't necessarily have to have seen Twin Peaks; it's just recognizing voices.
No, here we go. Clip number 1.
I found that wearing women's clothes relaxed me.
JD.
Oh, that's a good guess.
No,
You're
he said famous actor.
Oh, right.
Oh,
sorry.
Snap.
Look, I'm sorry. We used to brag on him because he has an IMDb page, but evidently Mayor Bluff does too. So you know what? It doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, he does.
Oh man.
I'll give you one more clip before we.
I may be wearing a dress, but I still put my panties on one leg at a time, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea.
No, I have no idea who that is either.
This was in '91, so 2 years later, he would get his big break when he starred in X-Files as...
David Duchovny?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So let me just give you the picture here. I'll put it in the chat for you all.
David Duchovny wearing panties, huh? All right.
Oh, dear Lord, that's frightening.
Wait for it. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Wow. That is scary.
He does have pretty nice legs for a man, I gotta say.
But I get earfuls for posting things. That's just...
Well, this one came with a warning that was,
However,
hey, we just
now
heard
I'm
David
saving
Duchovny talk
that,
about
and
wearing
I'm gonna-
panties.
I'm
going to
put
post a
that as
picture.
my Wirecast picture if Wirecast ever starts working now. It'll be like the Luigi Death Stare ice cube thing, but
It's just David Duchovny putting on lipstick forever. All
hours.
eternity.
Wow.
You're welcome,
That's
everyone.
disturbing.
One more time.
I may be wearing a dress, but I still put my panties on one leg at a time, if you know what I mean.
Man, I hear it now. I just...
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, David Duchovny showed up. Yeah, I was watching that episode and the opening credits, and I was like, David Duchovny, what? And then he shows up in a dress. Like, okay. Awesome.
All right then.
And Molly Shannon also showed up on Twin Peaks, which is weird because she was not playing a comedic role, just a really minor non-comedic bit part.
Huh.
So yeah, Twin Peaks, it's awesome. I recommend it, but it's not for everybody. So you may not like it, but I sure.
Considering I hated it the first week that I watched it, but now I'm in love with it.
It had
David
an
Duchovny
acquired
had
taste.
something to do
Had
with it.
acquired taste for it.
I'll have to try it again because I watched the first episode and was like, meh.
Yeah, the pilot is too serious and too soap opera-y.
Yeah.
Like you don't really get that it's a satire of soap opera until you get further in. Because the first one it just feels like a soap opera, but later on they figure it out.
Yeah, I actually think for partially the same reason. Obviously, everybody had been talking about it and be like, Twin Peaks, it's amazing. And then I happened to catch the Psych episode. Yeah, I didn't get it at first either. Well, I caught the Psych episode, and I was like, well, this is actually pretty funny. So if they're basing it off of another show, I should go watch this. And I watched the first episode, and I was like,
episode again so bad.
I see kind of where they were going with the Psych episode, but I think I liked it a lot better than I see here in the first episode. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a shot again. If you're liking it after what? When did you start liking it in the season?
It's probably about the third or fourth episode.
Okay.
I really started getting to. I mean, the end of the third episode with the really weird dream sequence, and if you think that's cool, then you're on board for sure. But after that, you may have to give it. It's really weird.
I'll give it 3 or 4 episodes, and we'll see.
It's David Lynch, so.
Yeah, but it is definitely not. It is definitely not a not for everybody kind of thing. Just mention David Lynch, you should assume that it is not for everybody.
It's David Lynch kind of watered down because it was on television, so.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty weird. I mean, it goes from like funny to bizarre to soap opera to like horrifying in like one episode.
Oh, you mean he can't get away with the stuff that he did in like Elephant Man on network television?
Maybe not. No boobies. No boobies.
Now I'm not in.
But it's called Twin Peaks, so take that as you will.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Though apparently in the movie there's boobies. So
isn't there a bar in Atlanta being opened called Twin Peaks? That's all.
Oh no, it's a chain. Because I was looking up something and I was like, Twin Peaks restaurant. What is this?
Yeah, it's
it's a Hooters ripoff. Okay.
Yeah, it's a restaurant. And yes, restaurant is a term, by the way.
Nice.
Ching.
Yeah, that's kind of like Tilted Kilt. If you guys have heard of that place.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have one here. I actually kind of want to go.
There's one in Birmingham, and it took over what used to be a. I think it was a TGI Fridays there, maybe?
My church.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. We saw the, my wife and I used to love watching Undercover Boss, and Tilted Kilt was one of those, and we were like, maybe not.
So is Twin Peaks.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. We haven't watched that show in a couple of years now. So
I freaking love Undercover Boss.
I like it for the most part, but towards at least the last season we watched, which may have been 2 or 3, they just didn't do. This is weird of me because I don't normally like this stuff, but they didn't do enough of the there are horrible people that work for this company, and we're going to get rid of them. It was all like happy, fluffy no, every company.
Mean like the guy that offered pot to the CEO of the company?
Yes, that one, or the actual Hooters one, where the guy at the end credits they're like, yeah, we tried to work it out, and he just didn't want to, so he got let go. And I'm like, yeah, there are people like that in every company, and you should at least acknowledge that. Don't skim over that. Like that's.
Well, see, part of it was when they first started, and you guys will understand this as we've become adults and we realize that you put your best foot forward. You have somebody coming in with TV cameras.
Yeah.
You kind of let them go. Now, some people don't care about that kind of stuff, but. Once they realize that this show existed, people start to question it, and they're like, we should probably put,
Yeah, just in case it is Undercover Boss.
Joey McBlowside over here has, 0 people skills. We probably shouldn't let him talk to, the film crew person and make us look really bad.
Yeah, I notice as the later the seasons get, the more contrived things start to feel.
Yeah, so we just stopped watching.
But so anyway, speaking of contriving things, what have you been up to, Rachel?
I'm playing with duct tape.
She's contriving a 3-barrel gun of some sort.
Yes.
For my cosplay, because she's awesome.
Because I am freaking fabulous. Well, I still need to go to the damn dollar store, and I need to find my friggin' hot glue gun stuff so I can glue this stuff together rather than just taping it.
Did you just try to beep her saying freaking hot glue gun?
No, meep. Because of the freaking glue gun.
Oh.
He's afraid of me with a hot glue gun. Well, no, I have the hot glue gun. I just can't find the hot glue to go in the glue gun, which is kind of annoying the piss out of me because I have this fabulous hot glue gun here that I can't do anything with.
I was not aware that you had a hot glue gun, so...
Nice.
I had a hot glue gun when I made the sun. Remember my sun on a stick?
No, we had different things when we made our son. Oh, the door opened.
Okay, then.
S-U-N, not S-O-N.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think hot glue guns are involved when making babies. At least that's not how we do it around my house.
Well, I'm from New York. Deal with it.
I mean, to each their own. We were talking about dressing up with a cosplay with the name Mistress involved, so you never know.
This is me. You never know anyway.
She has a point.
My Sharpie just fell down. I'm playing with blue Sharpies too, by the way. See? Pretty blue Sharpies. Pretty blue Sharpies.
For some reason, Rachel, if you're watching the YouTube video, anyway, it probably doesn't matter, but Rachel's video isn't actually auto transitioning. No matter who's talking, Rachel never shows up for whatever reason.
I know. So I can get away with all this stuff.
She shows up for me, so...
It's not doing on my side, and nobody's blue boxed or whatever you want to call it. It just... Rachel shows up, or Rachel didn't show up. CJ and Azevedo do, but anyway, it's
because you don't like me anymore.
Blame YouTube.
I don't want to see my face.
Blame YouTube.
We're getting punchy, so Budlong better do your thing and wrap this up.
Yeah. All right. So for me, I finally realized that Chore Monster is on Android. So I got that junk installed, and am trying to teach my 3-year-old the wonderful thing about gamification. So we're like,
your life.
I'm like, hey, you brush your teeth, you get 5 points. You make your bed, you get 25 points. You clean up your room, you get 50 points. And with 200 points, you don't do math because you're 3, you get a giant toy you can go buy. I say giant, to him it's a giant. Anyway, it's a little 5-inch action figure from either Power Rangers or Iron Man because he's loving Avengers. He's watching Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Netflix and is loving that show.
It's actually a good cartoon. Like,
I really like the theme.
Yeah.
It takes me back to, like, I guess maybe late 90s. I can't think of the genre of music, but it takes me back, and I actually really like the theme. But yeah, Chore Monster, we've got him involved on that. If you have kids that either A, don't want to do their chores, or just have a hard time remembering and need a prompt, Chore Monster is actually pretty cool. It's now free. It wasn't previously. It was on iOS and used to be a subscription thing, but they got sponsored by Disney. I don't think they ever... they got announced on Twitter, I guess, but I didn't realize why they had gone free versus they used to be subscription. But you have a parent and a child account or multiple children accounts. They come in. The parent creates all the chores, gives them point values. You can schedule them for certain days, so it shows up on the child's device and pops up and says, hey, you've got chores due, or shows them when they're past due. They earn a certain amount of points. You can redeem the points for in-game descriptions of an item. So obviously it's not going to go and purchase that item when they try to redeem it, but it's letting you know what toy they want to spend their in-game points on. So think of it as like Chuck E. Cheese, but all for their chores at home. You're winning.
Nice.
You're winning tickets to spend on something of your choice from the buffet that the parent creates in the app. So it's actually pretty cool, and it teaches them. Well, 3-year-old maybe not, but older kids, it'll teach them the ability to either do instant gratification or save up some money, or points in this case, and buy a bigger prize by saving more and more points and getting the bigger thing and putting off delaying that gratification. So we're just trying to teach him some responsibility. Yeah. So we're doing it for stuff like, if you brush your teeth, he's going to do that anyway. It's not really a chore technically, but we want him to start brushing his own teeth. So we're like, all right, well, if you brush your teeth, then you get to, complete that and you get 5 points. Make his bed, which we're not obviously having him tuck it in. He's 3, but at least pull his sheet and his comforter towards the top of the bed and clean up his toys, stuff like that. So it's actually, he enjoys it, maybe a little too much, because like he'll brush his teeth and he'll be like, doom, doom, pick it, and then he's like, I want to play more monster games. And we're like, you got to do something else. He's like, I don't want to do anything else. I'm like, well, that's not how this works.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. But he's catching on. It's only been like 2 days, so he'll catch on eventually. Outside of Chore Monster, for work, we occasionally we do work for businesses as well. Most of our stuff is consumer level stuff, but we actually got to install seven monitors on a 2-tiered electronic rising desk. The desk was already there, and we actually were just replacing some monitors, but we got to install 7 monitors. There's a small picture in the show notes if you want to see what that looks like.
What's in the desk?
Yeah, but it's actually, oh my gosh, I wish I had a setup similar to this. My preference would be to get 4 or 8 identical monitors instead of 3 large ones up top and 4 smaller ones. They did it for a reason, for their specific layout, but your mouse and the screens don't line up properly because the resolutions are the same, but the screen size isn't. So none of the stuff lines up properly. But for what they're using it actually works out for them. And then the thing you don't see in that picture, because I forgot to take a pano, is there's a duplicate of that system to the left, and then each of them have a 60-inch TV mounted on the side as an 8th monitor. And it's a pretty sweet setup. The video cards are about $600 a piece. And there's 2 in each desktop because they're pushing 8 monitors. So there's 4 mini DisplayPort outs converted to HDMI going across 24 feet of cable to get through the desk and route it and everything else. But it is a pretty sweet setup.
What do you need that many monitors for?
Real-time monitoring of utilities.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, real-time monitoring of utilities and dispatching people to go fix stuff. So it's a duplicate setup, and then they actually have a backup, which is what they were using when we tore down each desk one at a time in another part of the county. But it is it's a nice thing to aspire to. Yeah, it's a nice thing to aspire to. It'd be great to have that. I've got 2 monitors right now, and my wife already jokes, and she's like, haha, your command center, ha ha ha. And I was like, yeah, wait till you see what I just did.
That's not a command center.
This is a command center. Yeah. And I unfortunately, it's pretty heavily regulated on what apps can be installed, but I really wanted to install there's a Matrix screensaver that takes what's on screen right now and filters it through the layer of random characters falling through on green, and I really wanted to install that thing on there because it would have looked really freaking cool. But it's protected by IT because it helps run utilities for a whole county. Probably not a good plan to install random software. Yeah, so
probably the best.
Yeah. So Chore Monster, installing the crazy 7 monitor plus TV setup, and then there was something else that I did recently, but I can't remember what it was. So I think I'm done. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and head on out of here then. Let's go ahead and do our wrap up of the show. I need to scroll down. All right. Go over to debriefingdragoncon.com for Kevin's site. Also, dragonconnewbies.org or .com or .something.
.org.
.org, sorry. All right. And Rachel, I'm going to make you do a little bit of work. What are we doing? Who's coming on next week? What are we doing?
You assume that I don't have it up. The DragonCon Facebook community's fearless leader, Chuck Crom, is going to be joining us next week before DragonCon.
Yeah, so that is our last guaranteed show of the month, guys. may or may not be doing another one.
Because we're quitting and pod fading. Just kidding.
Yes, and not at all going to Dragon Con.
Right.
Even though we've been talking about it for several weeks.
Yes.
Shut it.
Budlong, play the thing.
What? Oh, crap. Sorry. I was copying and pasting info. It is right here.
I may be wearing a dress.
Nope.
But I still put my panties on one leg at a time, if you know what I mean.
That wasn't me. I'm going to play this one.
Don't lie.
The Summer Movie SmackDown Update.
Why does this still say winter?
The template is wrong.
It's the Geek IO Winter Summer Movie SmackDown Update. Update.
I like my segment bumper better.
Yeah.
Who the hell cares? In the penultimate update, everything is made clear. Here are your final results. Awards for this SmackDown will be presented next week. In first place, and the winner of the summer 2014 Summer Winter Movie SmackDown is Jared Azevedo with $25 million. In second place, myself at $15.3 million. In third place, Dale with $13.7 million. In fourth, Rachel with $10.7
Did Guardians
million.
really do that piss poorly?
You paid a lot of money for it.
Not really, but...
10.7 million dollars. Budlong in fifth place. Last year's winner, putting that out there, $10 million. And unless everybody in the world goes out, or everybody in the U.S. goes out and sees Let's Be Cops and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like 7 times, Daryl is going to wind up with $7 million.
I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm just glad I'm not in last.
Daryl has Expendables 3 and Sin City.
That's right, because those are going to bring in tons of money.
Guaranteed to make lots of money.
Yeah, he's not getting out of 6th place.
He might.
No.
Probably not.
No.
Combined $35 for Expendables 3.
Yeah.
$36 for Sin City.
Yeah.
No, he's not getting out.
Alright, yeah. This week on the Geek IO Network, and how it stacks JD, Professor Willis, and Bulldog stack one of the most psychologically damaged preteen cartoon characters of all time, Doug.
Doug, the original emo.
Stole my freaking blasted freaking spinoff, too.
You're welcome.
Pissed at that.
You shouldn't have mentioned it.
So
you should have just run with it. Ran with it.
Pissed.
Look, don't give out your free ideas and then get mad when people use them.
Hate you so much right now.
He gave you credit, kind of.
We sure did.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, you should go listen to the show. Geek-io.com/Alex.
Yeah, we totally stole this from CJ and Jared talking. The admin chat.
So much. Raul did some Shovel Knight over on Twitch. The game actually looked pretty cool and all its like 8-bitty goodness. This working droid wants you to help transfer all of the files. Real Insight is hooked on Guardians. And BGM is back with more Elysian Shadows. Yes, the brand new Dreamcast game.
Wait, what?
It's the same. It literally, that is the same thing you said like a month ago when I said it was the first time.
Okay.
The guy made a new Dreamcast game. He put it out on all of the platforms, including Dreamcast.
How do you even...
Hacks?
How do you do that?
Hacks.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking, like, we just printed a disc and you could put it in your Dreamcast and Merry Christmas.
Might be. I don't have a Dreamcast, so I don't know if he's actually hacked the Dreamcast or if he's properly formatted the disc to where it'll read on a Dreamcast.
That would be crazy talk. But bravo to that guy.
It'd be freaking awesome, and he'd out-Budlonged Budlong if he did that.
What?
No one can out-Budlong.
That's right. Nobody can mispronounce words like I can, and mistype words in chat like I can. It's my job. It's also Rachel's turn to talk.
Rachel doesn't want to talk. Rachel's looking something up.
Hey,
I've got important things.
Just want to remind everybody you can go to patreon.com/geekio to help support us with a monthly contribution. You pick the amount, but if you pick $5 for all of our content, we would be happy to give you, your site, cause, or show thing that you do a shout out on the show. If you think we're worth $10, we'll read a Twitter-length post. And you can probably pick who's going to read what.
And what's it say.
Unless it's vulgar, and then I'm not going to say it. I might.
He refuses.
It depends on
maybe
how much.
Maybe
you know
for
what?
$10.
Send us a tweet or something, and we'll work out a deal. I'll give you a price that you have to hit, and I'll say whatever the crap you want.
Does that mean for $100 a month I could have you go fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck?
If someone donates $100 a month, yes, I will say whatever the crap they want.
You heard it. You heard it here.
Everybody has a price.
$100 a month, and I will say whatever you want me to. But I'm not saying it right now.
Drop an F-bomb.
You're not getting it for free.
I'll drop several, but you're not getting it for free. That's right.
Everybody else will get
the
it for
caveat is that's signing a verbal contract. You have to keep going. You can't just do it once and then laugh your head off because I can say it. Well, it has to go through, and we're gonna say there's a 3-month stipulation. You have to do it 3 months in a row, and then we'll fulfill. Because otherwise, you're just paying once, and that's not worth it to me. We want this is supposed to be a recurring thing. Patreon is a monthly subscription, not subscription, but donation. So it's
Mudlong's getting himself further and further into these loopholes. It has to be 3 months, and you have to tweet me, and
yeah, yep. Hey, look, I said I would do it for a cost. I never said it was all monetary.
Do you want Budlong to give the Fs? How many Fs will he give? That's up to you.
One per $100 per month. If you don't like that, send me a message, and like I said, we'll work out a deal. Just at Budlow on Twitter. It's fine.
All right.
But we can also be heard on Stitcher Radio. Just search for Geek.io to help us out if you do, as well as on iTunes. Be sure and leave us an honest review, and we will gladly read it on the show. That's right. This very show. Do it. You know you want to. You know you want to.
Indeed. All right. Who wants to read show title candidates this week? I did it last week. All right, Rachel reads them.
My screen closed. Shit. No.
Somebody else read them.
No. I want to read them because there's some pretty.
Rachel, I'll read them to you, and then you read them aloud. Oh wait.
I don't like this idea.
And Rachel, sign back into the document.
Okay, there we go. Murder for Sour Sketty. Pocket full of cake. Binge listen. Duct tape in large tubes. Does it start with mistress? Con walk workout. Single origin coffee and tiny crumpets. Hammer stem. How big is your bag? She gave me a Santa Fe corn stick. Hopefully it won't think again. Black cardboard tubes. Toot my own home. Kinky boss kiss. Restaurant. And the damn dollar store.
All right, folks. On that note, we're going to get out of here. I want to talk to these two really quick off air. So, yeah, we're going to go to bed. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's loud.
You have been listening to a part of the Geek.io podcast network.
Loud noises!
Visit us at geek-io.com for all of our great shows.
The pressure is building slowly, inexorably inside me. Oh my.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's bad for you. Go figure out how it works.
Geek.io. Copyright 2014.
I want to get out of here. I want to leave this place right now.
The music turned out pretty good.
There now, that didn't take so long, did it?
Well, she killed him with sex.
Why
Okay.
do we have my ex-fiance's... Yeah.
YouTube. Have a good night.